All right, back with good news.
I am back. Yeah, Mercury goes direct this afternoon, about 3 o'clock this afternoon. As far as I'm concerned, not soon enough. So since it rules communication, and it went all the way through Sagittarius, stopped, backed up, so we got to go back through Sagittarius again. And I thought I would tell everybody where they can expect that to be. Starting with you, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
Mercury is in your sign.
That's right.
You have been biting your tongue for the last 3 weeks or so. Not saying what you need to say, just kind of sitting back, biding your time as well as biting your tongue. Well, that comes to an end this afternoon at 3. And over the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, Sagittarians are very articulate about what they want, what they need, and they get to advance their own interests, which would be a good thing. Yes, starting.
So those folks over Clear Channel traffic better look out.
Exactly, because Bobby's and he's actually got the hammer as far as that goes. The details are on his side. And this is brought to you by Weather Tight Windows, because if it ain't tight,
it ain't
right. And God, those are amazing windows. For Capricorns, this is in their 12th house. Capricorns, unfortunately, have had to keep their mouths shut and will have to continue to keep their mouths shut for another 3 weeks or so until Mercury actually enters their sign in the new year. And that means they really have to, they don't have any power, they don't have any leverage, they don't have any authority, so they need to just kind of sit back and observe what's going on. I wish I had better news as far as that goes. They're the only ones that are really unhappy with this. For Aquarians, it's great news. They get to achieve a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective. And it's going to take a team or a group effort to make that happen rather than an individual effort, that they will not be able to do any of that alone, that it's going to have to be in conjunction with the team that they are on, one way or the other. For Pisces, this is in their 10th house of career and public standing. Pisces have been going back and forth with a career issue over the last 3 weeks or so, and it hasn't been really clear what the outcome is going to be, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I just know that between this afternoon and the first of the year is when Pisces finally gets that answer as to what they are going to do career-wise. For Aries, it's in their 9th house of contracts, negotiations, important matters at a distance, legal matters. The law is on their side, and when the law is on your side, you need to use it one way or the other. And they also have some travel issues, and now that Mercury is direct, they don't have to worry about taking their bags with them. They'll be there at that destination. For Tauruses, this is the last push for other people's resources. Tauruses have been making money for other people, and they're going to continue to do that for another 2 weeks or so. And then they get to rehabilitate their own finances as a result of it. So
there you go, Pat. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There really is. And something along the lines of what she's doing for someone else ends up working out for her.
No,
it's one of those, things that you do some
Pay
good
it forward, and it comes back.
Exactly, and it comes back. For Geminis, it is in their 7th house of partners as well as open enemies. Geminis find out over the next 3 weeks or so who their friends are and aren't. And they're going to be surprised who their allies are, because people they thought were enemies are actually allies, and people they thought were allies are probably working against them. So, but they get that enlightenment, which is what they need to make informed decisions. For Cancers, it's about work.
All right.
Work, I know, I had to laugh because of what we were talking about before. But really, that Mercury is in their 6th house of work and responsibilities, and they get more work, and you'll love this, they get work of an international flavor.
Wow.
Not local stuff, reach a broader type of audience. So the work that they've been doing goes well, but they get, in the military, we would call it additional other duties.
Cool.
So, and medical things also go quite well for them. For Leos, it's in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures. They really have a good time. This is a good time for them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Brings a good time. Puts you in the right mood
yeah, that too. You feel good about that, but also family matters, children matters, all of that goes very, very well for Leo.
Right, good.
For Virgos, they are trying to do things at home. They are trying to shore up their foundations one way or the other. And they've been sitting on a decision, waiting to see what they should do. And this afternoon, they can see their way clear to act on that, to finally make that decision to do something about their home. For Libras, it's in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. The pace of their daily living picks up. They've got places to go, people to see, things to do. And they also have some leverage for negotiating a better deal for themselves for their daily living. And then for Scorpios, the last time we're going to talk about, it's in their 2nd house of money. And Scorpios have been really struggling with unanticipated expenses. And those unanticipated expenses come to an end, and then they can use their words to make more money. So those are the guys that have been sitting there just on the edge, on the precipice with their nails about to break. And God goes, okay, you've had enough. And now I'm going to reward you. And the money position gets better for the Sagitt for the Scorpio. So that's tomorrow's news today.
Yeah.
For the 12 signs of the zodiac. And
All right.
people need to
Okay.
come out and support Christmas Wish. And even if you aren't going to be there for lunch, you can still give a donation because it's so good for your
You can do
soul.
it on the website. Yes, you can.
So good for your soul.
Well, thanks for the good news, my dear.
Good to be able to give good news.
And we'll see you next Wednesday. That way we can get the full update going into Christmas.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next week.